All right, let's just dive right into this explainer, shall we? Today, we're going to demystify exactly how local tennis coaching plans are actually structured. Because let's be honest, if you've ever felt totally confused by the sheer number of options out there, you are absolutely not alone. We're going to break down the exact models, the pricing tiers, and some really fascinating hidden math behind tennis programs right here in Glendale. Our goal? To help you understand exactly what you're paying for so you can maximize your time on the court.
So, why isn't your tennis game improving? Man, it is such a common, incredibly frustrating scenario, right? You love the game, you're getting out on the court occasionally, hitting some balls, maybe even breaking a sweat. But week after week, your backhand still sails long and your serve is just as unreliable. You feel completely stagnant? Well, the data tells us exactly why this happens, and it really comes down to how you structure your learning.
And this idea perfectly illustrates the core problem. On one hand, you have occasional drop-ins. Now, don't get me wrong, drop-in lessons are absolutely fine for the purely casual weekend warrior, but they create a total illusion of progress. Because they're random, they simply don't build the consistency you need for actual muscle memory and strategic growth. Contrast that with systematic development. This is what actually moves the needle. To really get better, you need a structured curriculum, documented progression, and above all else, consistency.
Section 1. Decoding the coaching models. So, how do you actually go about buying that systematic development? Well, there are really three specific ways the tennis industry structures its pricing. The first model is pay per lesson. You book and pay for an individual lesson. And sure, it gives you maximum flexibility, but it comes with the absolute highest per session cost. And honestly, it's just way too easy to skip a week. The second is the package or block model. This is where you buy 5 to 10 lessons up front at a slight discount. It's definitely better, but it still eventually runs out, which interrupts your momentum. And then we have the third option, the monthly membership. This is an ongoing subscription with guaranteed weekly time slots.
Let's look at this strict definition of this monthly membership model. Basically, it's a setup where players pay a set monthly fee for guaranteed weekly sessions. But notice that crucial final phrase there, driving the consistency needed for rapid improvement. Our source data highlights that this is literally the gold standard for coaching. Why? Because consistency matters more than any other factor in tennis. A set weekly schedule forces that consistency. Section 2. The price of progression across Glendale tiers.
Now, understanding the model is great, but what does this actually look like for your wallet? If we look across the Glendale area, you'll typically find three main tiers. The entry or recreational tier offers 1 to 2 sessions a week, usually running between $200 and $350 a month, which is perfect for beginners. Next, the standard or intermediate tier ramps it up to 2 to 3 sessions weekly, costing roughly $350 to $550. That's ideal for your committed recreational or league players. Finally, the competitive or advanced tier demands 4 or more sessions a week, ranging from $600 to well over $950 monthly, targeting tournament players and college prep. Transparency is key here. Your commitment level directly dictates your cost.
Zooming out to the broader local landscape in our area, you've got a few distinct options. Glendale Tennis Academy, operating out of Fremont Park and Shoal Canyon, has a really strong competitive focus. Then there's the Burbank Tennis Center, which is this massive 12-court facility offering group clinics and privates. You can also, of course, hire independent coaches. But note a key caveat from the research here. While independent coaches offer great scheduling flexibility, they often completely lack a built-in progression curriculum.
Section 3. The 30-15 Academy approach.
A prime example of a program really leaning into the structured membership model is 30-15 Tennis Academy, led by certified co-founders Emher and Oleg. Their 2 sessions per week plan is $390 a month for 8 sessions. 3 sessions per week is $585 for 12 sessions, and 4 sessions per week is $780 for 16 sessions. Now, those total monthly numbers might just look like a standard tiered system at first glance, but let me point out a really critical detail here. Because if you do the math, if you divide that monthly cost by the number of sessions, you get this: a flat rate of exactly $48.75 per session across all tiers. So the crucial takeaway is that they aren't arbitrarily punishing you or hiding fees based on your frequency. But even more importantly, this consistent rate reflects something absolutely vital about their program structure: true small group instruction. Which brings us to Section 4, the hidden math of group sizes. I want to ask you a really important question here. When you pay for a tennis clinic, are you paying for court time or are you paying for actual coaching? Well, the answer honestly comes down to the number 15. This is the single most important metric for your improvement.
3015 Academy caps all their groups at a strict maximum of 4 players per court. And because of that, you are getting approximately 15 minutes of direct individual coaching per hour.
Now compare that 15 to the number 7. See, in a lot of standard tennis clinics around town, programs will literally pack 6 to 8 players onto a single court just to maximize their profits. When there are 8 players on a court, your actual individual coaching time drops to a mere 7 to 8 minutes per hour.
So when we look at small, capped groups versus those overcrowded clinics side by side, it reveals a pretty hard truth about the tennis industry. Those quote-unquote cheap, large clinics might cost a little less upfront, but you are getting literally half the actual coaching time. That means overcrowded clinics yield a terrible return on your improvement. You're essentially just paying to stand in line and wait to hit a ball.
Section 5. Finding your winning plan.
So, armed with all this data, how do you actually proceed? Well, our sources provide this fantastic step-by-step consumer checklist to help you confidently get started. Step 1, assess your current level honestly. Are you a beginner needing that entry tier or a league player who needs the standard tier? Step 2, choose your frequency. Pick a weekly schedule that actually fits your life so you can maintain that vital consistency. And step 3, understand the payment terms.
And speaking of payment terms and those little friction points, let's quickly run through some essential FAQs based on these models. If you want to switch your tier, upgrades or downgrades typically just take effect on the following billing cycle. Are you trapped in a long-term contract? No way. Most of these, including 3015 Academy, operate on a month-to-month basis with just a 30-day cancellation notice. And as for equipment, you just need to bring your own racket. The programs provide all the balls, and some even have loaner rackets just to get you started.
Tennis coaching memberships provide structured development that casual lessons can't match. You know, I think this perfectly summarizes the core thesis of our source material today. If you want to truly get better at this sport, structured monthly memberships built around small groups are for sure the true engine for your development. Now, if you're local to the Glendale area and you actually want to experience this capped group coaching for yourself, here are the exact details provided for 3015 Academy. They're located right on School Street in Glendale. You can give them a call at 818-722-3015. And this is great. They actually offer a complimentary first session so you can test out their structured curriculum and small group sizes entirely risk-free. So I'll leave you with this. Are you ready to stop just playing and start actually progressing? We've decoded the models, we've done the hidden math on group sizes, and we've seen exactly why consistency is king. The path to a better tennis game isn't some big secret. It's just a matter of choosing the right structure. Thanks so much for exploring this topic with me, and we will see you on the next Explainer.